Welcome to Small Potatoes, a show where we discuss the inconsequential tidbits of life. Remember, it's all fun and games until someone cares. They don't, so it's all fun and games.
We're rolling.
So here's the chain of events.
Hello?
We all get together.
That's not our intro. Yeah, sing the theme song.
Before we
Sing the theme song.
And yes, she's annoying.
Give it to me.
What's it called?
What's the name of the show?
Wow, we are live
From
in the studio, baby.
It's Monday night.
Nope.
What day is it?
Do we want to disclose? It's Tuesday.
We're recording on a Tuesday. The episode just
Came out this morning.
And
The episode that we're recording is coming out this morning.
we already had
This is live.
Someone already tattooed the episode like title and description on their lower back. We got a DM for that.
It's true.
And
Do we even know what the title of it is?
last week's,
Yeah, last week's.
you guys can see on your on your chosen app.
Tell me what episode 20 was.
Episode 20.
Yeah, tell me what it is. What did we talk about?
We talked about the tidbits. And
of life, Spencer?
yeah, Spencer,
Gosh,
you
so
ever
facetious.
heard the
Sorry.
show before?
I
Don't
guess.
fucking test me.
I don't actually listen to us. I just
Don't call my bluff.
show up to talk.
Don't call his bluff. That wasn't a bluff.
That wasn't a
Don't
bluff
call
at
his
all.
truth.
Okay, I'm gonna just start the
Trust.
show.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Go for it.
Here's okay. You guys have seen movies, right?
Yeah,
Yes, which one?
all of them.
Maybe ones that like it's senior year.
Oh, yes.
What are we gonna do next
Those
year?
are, I think,
I haven't had sex yet.
the
Oh my
options.
God.
Your options are TV and movie teens, taking over your father's business, or Harvard. That's it. No
That's
other
it, yeah.
options. You're going to Harvard or you're a failure.
There's no such thing as state schools in movies.
Oh, I gotta get my life
Absolutely.
together. I've been failing high school. Just kidding. Now I'm going to Yale.
to be honest, that for a lot of the world, people realize how fake that is. But for the high school we went to, they thought that was how life worked.
Yeah, we had a lot of tryhards.
If you didn't get into Harvard or Yale, it was like
Or Stanford.
sad.
Yeah.
Or UCLA.
Stanford was a big one. But yeah, I don't like in movies how it's like it's Harvard or nothing. Like
Yep.
not every main character can go to Harvard. Some of them, there are great schools all over the nation where if you're like, oh, I'm going to this school, someone's
Name a
like,
few. Name
oh
a few.
shit.
Name
We
a few.
just named all the good ones over here
Name
in
more.
the Golden State.
Name the other ones.
Fucking like MIT. No,
Next.
that's a movie one. People go to MIT in movies.
People go to MIT. for sure.
You got like
See, it's tough. The movies, they did it to us.
I can only think of Columbia, Harvard,
fucking
Yale, Princeton,
Vanderbilt,
Cinderella Story.
Princeton. Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
the
a
other.
family. That's a
Anything
family name.
non-Ivy League.
Vanderbilt
they're
is
good
not
schools.
a school. Is that a school?
Vanderbilt.
I know it's a family. Yeah.
No, there's a movie about how they want to kill Vanderbilt, that he rules the high
Yeah.
school.
Vanderpump. Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump
the
Rules,
high
that's-
school.
No.
Oh,
that's
never
I
mind.
never saw that show.
Not a high school, a bar
Is that?
in LA.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's like reality TV about the people that work there.
what's the? Is it like? Is it there are rules or is it like they rule?
I'm pretty sure the
What's the context?
company is just called Vanderpump. And
What's
then
the rules?
it's the rules.
Is there a list of rules?
I've never seen an episode.
Is it like Zombieland where like they'll freeze frame? Rule
Rule,
24.
yeah.
No drinking on the clock.
So your small potato is that movies
They're
only
always
have
going
like
to-
3 tropes.
Yeah, I hate tropes.
Here's
No, I love tropes. Don't write that down. I love tropes.
Jesus,
but
don't
one
write that
trope
down.
that I have a problem with is like, it's just Harvard. That's the only option. It's like Ivy League schools, or no one else is. No, no one's heard of any dreams of yours.
my least favorite in these movies is because my experience in high school was people that aspired to be a Harvard educated person. They were so like that was their personality in high school was like,
Yep.
I'm going to Harvard. And you're
Yep.
like, okay, you're going to Harvard. But then people in movies that education is not at all in their personality in
Yep.
a high school film.
That's what I'm saying.
And then at the end of it, they're like, I'm going
it's
to
always
Harvard.
it's always characters
I'm
like
like, what?
like
That was
Yeah.
not developed whatsoever.
it's always characters like Quinn from Glee, where she was like popular hot girl cheerleader, actually, just kidding. I'm gonna put work into school and go to Yale.
Like, no,
Like,
girl.
no, you gotta you have to be training since like middle school for
I
Yale.
will say,
You can't just like quickly decide in your junior year.
I will say
Yale, actually.
Gabriella spent her whole life trying,
She was a little freaking nerd, and
she got there.
that's allowed.
But that makes sense.
And then Troy got to just choose anyway. I choose Berkeley.
Right.
He's like, I get to choose. I have, there's Stanford, there's Berkeley, there's
I'm sorry.
Juilliard. I've never even applied. Oh my God. He didn't apply to Juilliard and
He got in.
his drama teacher applied for him.
Where's
That's
my
how
drama teacher?
That's how a college app works.
Yeah, where's the teacher that's gonna apply to nice schools for me?
Hey, we all had the same drama teacher. Drama teacher, if you're listening to this, we resent you
Yeah,
for
'cause
not
you didn't
getting
apply
us
to
into
Juilliard for us.
Juilliard. What the fuck?
And then Sharpay is like, she'll be working here next year.
Yeah.
Did she go to like med school? She became a
No,
doctor?
she
became
was-
a nurse.
She
She
was
seems
a,
like a nurse.
she was a director she came back as a director to work next to Miss Darbus. It's like-
Gabriella?
Yeah, at
no,
the end.
Sharpay.
Sharpay.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying, like Sharpay, like hers kind of fell off the deep end there. It's a little
Well,
sad.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you just say yeah, I know after saying Gabriella? And I said no, Sharpay. And you said yeah, I know.
Did I say that?
No, he did. So condescending.
Well, because I was like, wait, that didn't happen to Gabriella. She didn't become a teacher.
I'm glad you watched the films.
I don't remember the third one. It was kind of a blur.
it is a blur.
No, it's not. You guys are so wrong.
I'm sorry.
Senior year,
okay.
literally, it's
Got
called
really
senior year.
defensive.
Yeah.
God, you guys don't know you're anything.
All right.
Um,
I don't. What?
I just wanted to tell Anthony my specific example. I know I've told you this before. Have you seen What a Girl Wants?
What a girl wants, what a
That
girl
song is in it.
needs.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
Amanda Bynes?
Amanda Bynes, she goes to London, right? And the whole time she's like, I don't know where I want to go to school. It's like a toss up for me.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's like, I didn't get into Harvard, but I got into Cambridge.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Sorry, what?
Oh,
I'm sorry, but
so
only the
good.
smartest people that I've ever met go to those schools. Yet it's every just teen comedy main character, regardless of their academic history or anything. It's just like, actually, I care about school and I'm gonna go to Cambridge.
At the very end, after they're done stealing,
Exactly.
after they're done with their life of crime, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna hang up the crime coat, and I'm gonna go to Cambridge
Right.
Universidad. I'm gonna take Spanish.
Good save. All right. That was my introductory small papas.
Oh shit!
Does anyone have one that they'd like to bring to the little potato party we got going on here?
Yeah.
Over at
Okay.
Anthony.
Okay. So I was recently at a baseball game, and
American baseball?
baseball, norteamericano. My
You learned that in your
my
Spanish
Cambridge
class?
education
Yeah.
taught me
Mhm.
that. So a bunch of people were on the Jumbotron. You know how, like, in between innings, they put people on the Jumbotron. And I thought it was so
To
funny.
kiss.
Not even, just like
Oh.
to dance or just like to be on TV, except it's
Mhm.
not ending up on TV. It's just for everybody in the stadium.
Yeah, for like the
Um,
500 people there.
Well, 5,000.
1,000. Okay,
Maybe it's
wow.
more.
I don't know.
Honestly,
Plenty more.
How many people go to baseball games?
it's a lot. It's recently been a lot.
It's like
Anyways,
tens of thousands.
Yeah, there's
like
in
tens
a
of thousands.
stadium.
There's a
in
lot.
stadium.
My
I
God.
mean, a full packed show, but
there's a
Couldn't
lot.
Imagine.
Anyways, so it's such a small potato when you end, like, first of all, trying to get on the Jumbotron, like actively trying.
I've never been on the Jumbotron in my
To
entire
actively
life.
try to be on one is so funny to me. But it's when you get put on, because they try to find the people that aren't even paying attention, and then like keeping the camera there on them until they notice, and then when they notice, them trying to find
the camera. They don't know
But-
where to look.
So the whole time,
They're like waving at the Jumbotron,
Yeah.
but it's like to the left of the camera.
and the whole time it happens with. I've never seen someone successfully find the camera. It's always
Like look right down the
Look-
barrel.
they're always looking way off to the right, but like so it's like they're trying so hard to like interact with the Jumbotron, but there's also a delay, like a slight lag.
The thing is they need to look at the camera, but they also need to look at themselves on the Jumbotron.
Mhm.
So they're like, their
Yeah.
body is angled towards
Right.
the camera, but their like eyes are always
Trying to
on the
follow it.
Jumbotron.
It is
If there are any perks to being wealthy. I don't know if there are, but if there are, one of them is definitely getting seats behind home plate because you're on the real world Jumbotron, the
Real world
TV
TV.
Jumbotron for like the whole 9 innings.
Yeah.
And that's your stage, baby. You can do whatever you want behind that plate because you're on camera the whole time, and those are
For
some valuable
9
tickets.
innings,
yeah.
if it's just going to be
You could
that.
put on like a 5-act play in silence if you wanted
9
to.
innings? Is that right?
I have no idea.
8 innings?
Well, that's why I
8 or
asked
9.
American baseball because American is 9 innings.
Norteamericano?
I'm sorry. What's the other baseball?
Huh?
Baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah, so it's just funny, okay? It's hilarious just not being able to actually find the camera. Actually, that reminds me to another small potato. New iPhones. What the fuck? Where am I supposed to look? There's
What?
7 goddamn cameras in the back of a new iPhone, and I don't know which one to look at.
I'm sorry. Is it going to make that much of a difference if you look a millimeter down?
I think
I have no.
I think you're
it's-
supposed to look like slightly above. Like that's what I learned in like when you like get your portrait taken. You look slightly above the camera.
Is that what college got you?
That was
knowledge?
that was your degree. Hey, what class was that?
Yeah.
that
What did you?
learned?
What did you?
Portrait posing.
That's where you got your degree in.
Yeah, it was like a modeling class,
Mhm.
but it's just how to get your portrait taken. And the fucked up thing is that like you don't get a portrait taken like at the end. Like the final is a mock portrait taking, and they bring in like a fake photographer with a camera full of no film,
Mhm.
and they just flash the camera, and it's like, oh, good job, A+. Oh,
What'd you say it was
B-.
called?
What?
What'd you say it was called?
Portrait posing?
Portrait posing.
Yeah.
If anybody is looking for any new person to hire, Trevor majored in portrait
Make sure
posing.
to portrait posing. I want to be clear that they didn't teach us how to be models.
Yeah,
They
you're
just
not-
taught us
it's
how to
not
get like
modeling.
personal portraits taken.
Yeah.
We got extra credit if we brought in our parents to take like a family portrait.
So you didn't get extra credit.
I don't do that shit.
You're such a badass.
I got a B because I didn't take all the portraits. I took 4 portraits, gets you a B. It's a 5 portrait essay.
It's just 5 portraits, and they still call it an
Yeah.
essay.
Yeah.
That's an essay.
What an art
Well,
school
a picture's
you went
worth
to.
1,000 words. And so it was
Wow.
a
Oh, it was a
5,000 word essay.
That's actually super clever.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Well, thanks.
Imagine trying to actually in a real college class turning in 5
in.
pictures and being like, "Hey,
Picture's worth 1,000 words.
I told my story.
Teacher's
That's
like, you got me.
It's up to you to interpret it.
dude, what a college professor!" They would be like, "You know what? I'll allow it.
Yeah. If
I'll
only
allow
I
it.
had gone to Harvard and like actually had a real professor.
Real education."
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, we won't find out unless we start stealing things, and at the end of our movie, we decide that we want to go back to college and go to Harvard.
Look, I agree that it's cheesy to want to get on the Jumbotron, but I'm getting older and I still haven't been on the Jumbotron. And that desire grows with every baseball game that I am not on the Jumbotron. I have danced. I have like sat next to pretty girls who I don't even know.
Painted your face, of course.
I've painted my face, painted my stomach.
Mm.
I wear those hats that it's like looks like a bandana with like
Like the
hair
hair,
coming out
yeah,
with the
yeah.
spiky crazy hair coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Mhm.
I've,
You look
I've
like
done
a troll doll.
done
Yeah.
everything I possibly can. I learned how to pop and lock just for like
just for
like
getting
the
on the
7th inning
Jumbotron.
stretch.
You
Yeah,
do all those.
Nothing.
You've
when
never been on it.
when the kids are doing the Fortnite dances, you run up to them and start dancing with them.
push those kids over.
and start flossing with them. Is
Yeah,
that what it's called? Flossing?
That is-
what are
Yeah.
Fortnite
one of them is
dances?
flossing.
Actually
yeah.
called.
I know how to. I can. That's one of the Fortnite dances I can do is floss.
Is that what they're called? I have never heard of Fortnite dances.
You just called it the floss. I mean, like you.
Yeah,
I've
you
heard of-
named one.
You
I've heard
named
of
it.
flossing.
That's a Fortnite dance.
That's a Fortnite
Congratulations.
Dance. I feel like
No,
what
not like
the fuck
flossing
is
with
it?
your teeth.
You guys
like,
are.
You don't pull out
I know.
crest floss.
I know.
It's a metaphor, Spencer.
Tell me what a Fortnite dance is.
They're just the characters. When you hit a certain button, they do dances, and they've become quite popular with the kids. And yeah,
the
it's just
target
random ass
audience
dance
that we
moves.
have.
It's like Running Man, flossing.
Okay.
I don't know the other ones. I don't.
So this is-
I don't.
That's
I don't
2
night.
more than I think it's the amount I know.
Yeah,
So you mean to say that they took all of these previously
some of them. Yeah.
already
Some of them
done
got, like,
dances,
some of them
flossing
became-
and Running Man.
Well,
Yeah,
some of them
said,
became
"Hey,
TikTok dances.
These are now Fortnite dances.
Some of them came from TikTok. It's all an amalgamation of the media nightmare that we live
Gosh,
in.
your
currently.
vocab.
That
dude.
was the word. That was the word you used, if you remember back when.
Oh, like
When we were like,
4
"Ah,
episodes
fuck
ago.
you."
Yeah. That was the word you used. And I said,
Yeah.
wow, big word.
The way you guys try to make me feel small about using big words.
We don't try to make you feel small. You just are smaller than us physically.
Well,
Literally.
my brain is bigger.
Just physically is all. I think it's your turn, Trevor.
No, I think I can go. Or it is Trevor's turn.
Do you want it to be
No,
my
I
turn?
can. No, I can go. And this is actually related to portrait taking, actually, a little bit. I'll tell you like a little story.
Relate it, yeah.
Yeah. So I got a new license because I moved to a new state. And when I
So
was
much better.
I'm really
The
excited.
state that we live in, it's so much better.
So
All
much
the other
better.
states look like fake IDs.
I know.
They really do.
And I'm very stoked to have my real ID.
Is yours horizontal?
It's gonna be horizontal.
Oh,
my
big boy,
goodness.
big boy move.
Welcome
Very
to the club.
excited. When I was taking my photograph, when I was being photographed for my portrait, they had me look so far down. Like the X to look at was
Yeah.
like 5 inches from the camera circle. And I felt so uncomfortable that I looked at the camera circle because I was like, there's no way.
And you're like, keep looking down. You're like, no.
I was like,
No.
there's no way that if I look that far down, it'll look like I'm looking at the camera. So I'm going to look at the damn camera.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen the picture. I'll wait to see the picture to see if I fucked up. But
Yeah.
like,
But by then, it's too late.
it's going to be too late. I might just be like this, like
Cross-eyed.
serial killer eyes looking directly past everyone.
Yeah, I feel like on mine, when I look at mine, my head's at such a weird angle too. And they're just like, yeah, your head's wrong. Wrong. And you're like, I've done this a few times at
Feels
school.
right.
This feels right. And they're like, no, it's so bad.
And they're right. It's wrong.
Well, then they move you, and I moved into a weird, awkward position. They took the picture, and they're like, "See you later." And that was the
And
only
you're like
time.
looking over your shoulder
Yep.
from like behind.
Yeah, it's like my shirt, my shirt's hanging off my shoulder, and it's the only time I was in the DMV for 18 minutes.
Okay, this brings me to my actual small potatoes. Small potato. Have you ever experienced bureaucracy going so smoothly that
You're
you
like,
just
something's wrong here.
It feels so glorious. I was in the DMV for 15 minutes, entering and leaving with my new license for 15 minutes, unheard
Sometimes
of.
you get lucky.
It was the most amazing. And I had all of the proper documents. You know,
Oh my
usually
God,
it's
when you
like
have the proper documents.
usually they're like, fuck
Ooh.
you. You
Come
don't
back.
have this doesn't count as mail.
Yo, yeah, it's so funny when they say that this doesn't count as mail, and then they just say, "Come back."
And you're like, with
You're like, I drove
what?
6 days to get here. You know,
I
I slept on the side of the road, and I was here 6 hours before you guys opened this morning, and now you're saying just go home and
Hey.
come back?
This
that
doesn't
rule
count as mail.
that is honestly kind of real for me because I recently, it was like a year or two ago, but recently got my fancy horizontal ID. And horizontal?
Yes.
Like the horizon.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is that how you guys remember it?
Nope.
The horizontal is like the horizon.
The horizon, yes, yeah.
I just remember it.
And then like longitude and latitude is fat.
Oh, like
Lat is fat.
no, like like a ladder. Like a ladder has like those rungs, but that doesn't help because
Or
ladders also have feel the
flat.
up way.
Flatitude in longitude.
Yeah, long,
Oh.
like Spencer's legs.
But I, let's say I live near the coast in California. I fucking drove to Palm Springs, DMV, because nothing near me had an availability for months.
Wait, are you serious?
So-
Palm Springs.
I drove to Palm Springs for the DMV. That's for those overseas and just far away.
For our Lithuanian friends.
Our Lithuanian friends and no one else. That's like a 2-hour drive,
Just for the
hour and a
DMV.
half, 90 minutes.
Palm Springs?
Palm Springs is
I would think that's
a
like
good
3
drive.
hours.
That's like a good 3 hours. I feel like.
It's not.
It's not.
Well, from here, no.
I've
Neither.
never. Yeah. It's pretty
It's like
triangular.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
Guys, one time
2
I
hours
was at the DMV.
Interesting.
It's like 3 hours to Arizona.
So I had bought a car a couple months ago. For I mean, like I don't want to dox myself, but we'll say, for example, an unknown company like a Tesla, for example. I bought one of those. I guess you could say.
Sure.
And as I'm, doing the title transfer, you have to go to the DMV and you have to like fill all these forms and say that the car's yours now and you have to like pay fees and stuff. Anyways, this guy
You do?
inspects.
Guys, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Got some shit to
You
take
have
care of.
10 days to do it. So the guy inspects my car and he says, all good, wonderful. Here you go, take this, and then just like sign the things you need to sign, and then like just take that inside. And I sign the form where it says sign here. Okay. Literally, he gives me back and he gives me a pen. And I sign the form where it says sign here. I go to the very end and the lady's about to give me my registration. And she goes, oh, I can't do it. I was like, why? She's like, you signed the part that says sign here. And then in the tiniest 0.5 font said, if everything here is wrong.
Yep.
There's literally
I've seen those forms.
There's a form that says sign
you have to
here
sign if it's wrong.
if it's wrong. And then, but there's like parentheses that like is like a fine print. And she's like, I can't do it. And I said, well, I accidentally did that. Don't do it. And she's like, no, you have to
go home.
She said I have to repeat the entire process.
Go back of the line.
So then I was like, that's not going to happen. Where's the guy that helped me out? So I started running through this DMV and I'm like calling for this guy. I'm like, I'm looking for John. And they're like, we don't know a John. I'm like, no way.
You mean
paints out a portrait. They point to a portrait of John.
In memoriam. John.
I literally like was I ended up being in there for like hours because I had to like redo the whole process, and it was the worst because I signed the line that he told me to sign this paper that said only sign if it's wrong, which fucking sucks. The DMV,
Bureaucracy, man.
Yeah, but when it works, it works.
When
So
it
nice.
works,
Yeah.
it feels like you feel it's
You wanna get
the
a smoothie after. You wanna, like, celebrate,
I've ever
yeah.
felt. Like I allotted an hour and a half of my time,
For sure.
Yeah.
you know, to do this
You could watch
task.
a whole movie.
And
You
it was
go
done
outside
in
and kick
15
rocks.
minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a long lunch break
I'm happy for you.
We'll see how your picture comes out.
in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, you didn't even receive any formal training, unlike me.
Mhm.
Relate your training to the next small potato.
My next small potato. Here's one that a friend of the pod sent in. Got a little audience submission here. We don't do those often.
Oh, we have a couple on the Instagram.
Okay, well, I'm gonna read
I
this
think
one.
That's what
Okay.
he's pulling
Well, no.
from.
Are you?
This was a personal text
Okay, I'll go to the Instagram.
from a friend of the
Oh,
pod.
I didn't get that personal text.
Yeah, when I said friend of the pod, it was code for like my friend.
Your friend,
And
not
Spencer can eat shit. It
Not
was all in code.
Then
Our
go,
friend.
Trevor. Then just go.
So we all are aware that CVS just prints these obnoxiously long receipts, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We all
very
know
aware.
you buy
Yeah.
like a toothbrush and you have like 2 feet
yard,
of paper. Yeah. And these companies that do this, these stores that do this, they're like, to save the environment, we're gonna offer a paperless option. All you have to do is give us your email. I'm sorry, that option might as well not exist. If I have to give you my email,
the easiest task.
No, it's
No.
not.
What?
Because you have to type your entire email on the most like unupdated
Screen.
a touch
Screen,
screen,
touch
like
screen.
2010.
Mm-hmm.
where you just click
POS
one
system.
thing and you just clicked 5 letters. And here's like, oh,
Also, I'm gonna
fuck.
get put on lists. They're gonna send it to bots in Russia.
Hey,
It's gonna be on the black market. I really don't want those receipts, but I also really don't want to give my my email. And there's
I'm
might as
sorry.
well not exist as an
I'm
option.
sorry, Trevor and Anthony. Have you guys heard of spam emails? You don't have a spam email.
No,
I don't.
check.
I should have one.
You should have a spam email.
I don't
Every
check my emails.
What's your email? Maybe I'll just use that.
use spam.
Doxed.
If there's any time to use the docs button, it's now.
Anyway, get yourself a spam email, Trevor.
A spemail,
A spam
an Ismail,
and what?
Ishmael, Ishmael,
Ishmael.
What's the guy?
Chichiba.
Ishmael?
Ishmael,
Ishmael?
Chichiba.
Khaleesi.
Khaleesi. Jesus Christ. Guys, we can't call back to 2 episodes ago.
Oh,
Why not?
we can only go 1 week.
I just feel like
Expire.
I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
to all
it's
the
too
fans-
far.
To all the fans out there who are like, when are they going to ever talk about that one thing again?
Yeah. And all the new fans are like, oh, I gotta go back and listen to the older episodes.
I guess.
Yeah, they literally are going to
Sure.
be like feeling so left out. By the way, don't feel left out. Just listen to the other
Just
episodes.
listen. Yeah.
Welcome, by the way. Hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice. Yeah, nice for you to hear us.
So yeah, classic annoyance, classic little small potato. Those receipts, and they try to give us an option to avoid the receipts. Didn't help at all. I don't think a single person in America has actually given their email to get an email receipt. Spencer, don't contradict me.
My hand is just raised because
I'm gonna
I
yes and
literally
you
already
for
told
the
you
sake of
that I
improv.
have.
For the sake of improv, I'll yes and you.
Okay, yes.
Thanks, Anthony.
Yes, and him, as if. Sure.
And
Wow.
I
you're
bet they
really
paid for
good
it
at
too.
this.
I bet they paid for their CVS shit too. Is that where you get your condoms, CVS? Is that what you said to me before we started recording?
I'm not going to disclose that information.
You said you buy your condoms from CVS because they have the small ones.
Yeah.
Isn't that such a funny joke? Oh shit!
What's the opposite of a magnum?
A pill?
Pill?
You have the pill condoms?
I'm sorry, like a pill contraceptive? No, like a condom that fits over like pill-sized penises.
Okay, shit. Is it my turn? Ugh. Okay. Oh my god. This one's a fun one. This one's got some heat.
Is this from Instagram?
No, this
Oh, okay.
This one is something
It's
else.
a hot
so
potato?
it was recently,
Okay.
the
What?
4th of July.
Recently?
That's what I said. So moving on. So recently,
This
it
fucking
was the
guy.
4th of July, and we were sitting at the beach. Oh, fuck. Doxed. We were sitting at a place that had sand
And salt water?
and salt water everywhere.
Great.
Yeah, so there were a bunch of bonfires, and I was thinking about my entire life being around people when we when you're at a bonfire or something like that, and they like to call themselves Pyros.
Mm.
Mhm.
Oh, my favorite people. So Pyros, for anyone who just doesn't know, is the person who likes to make the fire, who likes to be the one to like be in charge, to be the manager of the fire that you guys have when you're at your bonfire or when you're on a Boy Scout trip or whatever. The one who's crazy obsessed with fire. And they seem to know everything about fire, yet it's really hard for them to make the fire.
Well, because they add like
It's
8 extra
an ordeal.
steps.
And they will never use the whatever fire starter, the liquid, what's it called? Propane? Not propane. Fucking.
Kerosene?
The kerosene, yeah. No,
what's it
I've seen
called?
Pyros.
It's
Is it
for sure
kerosene?
kerosene.
Really?
Yeah, I've
Kerosene.
seen Pyros use kerosene to cheat.
Really?
But it's just so funny seeing people so obsessed with having to manage the fire and then always watching problems arise. Like the wood's too big and they try to break the wood in half with their hands, but they can't. And then the
Whole
fire.
log.
Yeah.
Oh my
and then
God. Yeah.
or then they put too much leaves in it and it's just like crazy ash and
Smoky.
everyone gets burned and gets holes through their clothes. It's just such an amazing experience that I've always chosen to be the one to just be like, what are you gonna do?
I like
Come on, Pyro.
I like putting out the fire with my urine. That's always a fun part of the bonfire.
Yeah, everyone else loves it too when you do that. It smells so good when you do that. It's like
my favorite
it's
part
like
of the night.
it's just as good as smelling as second to putting a plastic cup in a fire.
Whip out my little pill.
But yeah, there have
It's like really high
there's just
pressured.
always, no matter
There's
how
such a small space for the liquid to shoot through that it's
Yeah.
like really high pressured. Like a power washer.
right onto the fire.
Yeah.
My favorite thing, Anthony, about the Pyros is when they have nothing to do. The fire's blazing. There's not anything else
There's
to
no
do.
job for
There's
them.
no job.
yeah,
And they're just staring
in the fire,
so intensely
in the flames.
at their work, their creation.
Like on an evolutionary scale, I get it.
Mhm.
Sure, fire. That's
We all
weird.
we
That's
every
weird.
tribe
Stare
needed
into
a
that.
fire starter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We needed a pyromaniac.
but it's so funny that they're still among us, just out there.
Yes.
And
Lurking.
and the thing is too is they do not come out as a pyro until the bonfire has appeared. You could be hanging out for years and not know that you're with a pyro, and then all of a sudden you break out the fucking bonfire at 4th
Yeah.
of July.
They're like, I was an Eagle Scout and I did it all. All my merit badges were fire based.
If you've never gone camping with a friend for like 10 years, you don't understand until you go camping with them.
And then you
all of a
realize they're
sudden,
Fire Nation.
Yeah.
they're fucking Prince Zuko.
It's so crazy because then like they're not even talking to you the rest of the night. They're just like staring into the fire.
That's their whole life now is the fire.
Yeah. And it's like, cool. I'm glad someone's watching. I'm glad someone's paying attention to the
Yeah,
fire.
I feel watched over when someone's watching over a fire. That's
Yeah.
not me. Yeah,
It's
it's
just some guy
comforting.
in the corner. Someone's doing
Thanks,
it.
thanks, some guy. Who invited this guy?
Well, I'm glad someone invited
I know,
him,
I'm glad.
because I'm not going to do it.
I don't
And
want to be
and
that
guess what?
person.
No one ever looks around and goes, "Who's going to do it?" It's always that person volunteers themselves.
way before.
Yes.
It's like 4 p.m. The sun is shining, and they're like, "I'll start the fire, guys. When it's time, I'll start the
Yep,
fire.
I'm
Don't
gonna do
worry,
it.
I'm gonna do it."
We've
You're
got
like,
2 more hours. We don't even have to like decide those kind of roles right now. No, I'll do the fire.
So what's in my car? It's in the back of my truck. I have it. Don't worry, I got it.
You weren't even. No one even told you to bring the wood. Yeah, but I just stopped by a Ralph's and grabbed some pallets anyway, so just in case. Plus, I know where the dry wood's at. You guys probably got like your wet.
Yeah, no,
your
yeah,
wood's
this stuff's too wet. This stuff's way too wet.
I also have flint
Yeah,
in my pocket.
it's like I know you guys all have lighters, but like I have the flint. And
No,
that's
did you
like
say you
the
have
spark.
lint in your pocket? No. I brought flint. I have full ass flint.
Like a Survivor. As a kid watching Survivor, I didn't know what flint was, and it was so valuable on that show.
Oh yeah,
NBC, CBS's, ABC's Survivor,
Survivor. Yeah.
and
No.
yeah, it's a little local show. It's called Survivor. It's one of the most famous reality competition shows in television history. But there was so much about Flint. There's always like the prize is either like you get to see your family for the first time in 2 weeks. Which, by the way, they were on that island for like a month, and it was like my family. I haven't seen you in weeks.
You're like, come on.
Yeah, come on. Anyway, that's an option for
We
like
all agree, right?
a prize
No,
or like
insensitive.
a big. Shut up.
Okay.
A couple of weeks without your family.
No.
Cry
Listen,
about it, bitch.
I get it. Like if I'm myself now, right? And my mom came like after a month, I'd be like, "Oh, cool. Hi, mom. What's
Exactly.
up?" But if like my life partner or my child came, I would be
Yeah,
like,
but $100,000 is at stake.
and I was
Yeah, don't be
starving.
distracted. Eye on the prize.
And
Okay,
I
but-
was literally shivering in the cold, starving, begging for Flint. I would be so happy.
My point is, it's
Sorry.
either like you get to see your family, you get a big like meal, 5-course feast,
Right.
or Flint, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta get that Flint. I gotta get my hands on that Flint." It was such a big deal on that
It's a hot
show,
commodity. Absolutely.
and I didn't know what Flint was. I saw them using Flint, but they never were like, "This is Flint that we won in the competition." Spark, 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 fire. It was always just like, "Oh, Flint," and then like separately they were using Flint, but I never really put 2 and 2 together. Like, oh, that's what the Flint is.
Yeah.
Flint does make things a lot easier.
Very easy.
Oh, I'm sure. Isn't there Flint in lighters? Isn't that what makes the sparky spark?
Mhm.
Right. I get that now. As an adult, I can wrap my head around that. But I watched that show as a child, and
You're like, what the fuck is so
Didn't
special
get
about that?
the big fucking deal with Flint. And now I'm watching the news, and I'm like, what are these Flint people complaining about? I still don't know what's going on with Flint as an adult.
Move past it.
That was more of a joke on me being ignorant.
I know. But I'm just gonna move past it.
My heart and soul goes out to the people of Flint, Michigan.
Jesus
I hope they
Christ,
I hope
no.
they get the new water, and then all
The
pipes
new
are all-
water?
all the pipes are fine.
Well, they are getting water. The wrong people are giving it to them. It's fucking Nestle, dude.
Oh, fuck you, Nestle.
Okay, so speaking of Nestle, you had a really good small potato that you wanted to bring up.
It was cookie related.
And it was cookie related. Oh yeah. Have you ever?
Did you really?
Sure.
Oh shit. This is great improv, guys. This is crazy.
Have you?
Whoa.
This is just happening to me right now.
It's happening to us too.
No.
This is
So
straight
like
improv.
this is why I'm bringing it
It's
up.
all happening to us, man. We're just
Here-
the universe experiencing itself, man.
Fuck, these stars are crazy out
Everything's just
tonight.
happened to us.
Okay, but listen.
See in the sky with diamonds.
Daisy.
That's a good joke.
Different
right there.
song, different girl's name. What's up,
Different
Spencer?
Meanings.
I was just thinking about drugs, honestly.
Okay, so I have in my refrigerator cookie dough that I thought I was going to make cookies with.
No.
However,
Why would
The-
you waste perfectly good cookie dough
here's
on a
the thing.
cookie?
The night went by with that I was planning to make cookies with, or cookies on, and then that went by and I didn't make cookies, and now I'm just eating cookie dough every single
Yes.
night.
Yeah.
And
because why waste
That's-
cookie dough on baking cookies?
What
when
a
you
hard
could eat
dilemma,
cookies?
though.
I could wait, I could wait to make cookies. However, I already opened the package.
Mhm.
I already,
Clock's ticking.
and it's one of those ones that are like cut into individual squares,
Yes.
and like it's just so easy every single night to be like, I'll just have one.
Here's the thing, though. I
Just
feel
one
like,
cube.
to be
One little
honest,
cube
I
right
feel
now.
like when they're that way, when they're cookie dough form still, I eat more.
More than
I
you
feel
would
like I
with
could eat a
just
whole thing
spoonful.
of like a whole rack of cookies. Is that how a dozen of cookies?
Sure.
Dozen, yeah. I mean,
I could eat a whole dozen if they're dough form.
tray. Is it
Tray.
a tray of cookies? What are cookies measured in?
Tray sounds pretty right. A sheet of
A
cookies.
sheet. Yeah, a
Cups.
sheet.
Sheet. So I could eat a whole sheet.
Yeah.
You could eat sheet.
Yes. I eat a sheet right before bed for dessert.
You take a sheet for breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that commercial?
Yes, I love
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
Fucking
glad.
hilarious commercial.
Okay.
It's like Listerine.
I take a sheet while I'm in the pool.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Keep
Um,
going.
No, but when they're baked, I can have a couple and then I'm like way full. But if it's dough, it's completely different.
You can have like
I could eat a
7
million. Yeah.
little servings of cookies.
I don't know enough about baking to like really understand the science of like why that, because like it changes. The dough changes from one thing to another. I don't know if it becomes like more. Does the heat? Because I know like when you cook things, like heat burns carbs, but with dough it like rises or whatever, so it expands. Yeah, so there's more?
I don't know.
but that defies the laws of matter. Can't be created or destroyed.
No, there's just it was like air.
How do cookies defy physics?
It's like air in cookies.
Air, is it air? Air and heat?
Sure.
I mean, like there's air helping it expand.
So it's carbonated?
Yeah, it's carbonated cookies.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
why they
great
put. That's why they
business
put
idea.
soda, baking soda in it.
Guys, small potatoes,
Literally.
carbonated cookies coming soon to cookie stores near you. Your local Toll House.
Your local Toll House.
The unfortunate thing about
Store
our
Fox.
name is that we can never name a food item after us.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because like imagine having like a small potatoes cookie. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
that sounds
Potato in
disgusting.
this, but yeah.
Yeah, but that shit will sell.
Well,
Thanks, fans, for listening.
Put our faces on it. That shit'll sell like hotcakes. Also, small potatoes hotcakes coming soon. I got a
Thanks for-
small potato
thanks for
that
putting it out
is
there.
a sentence instead of a product.
Go.
This is I feel like this could be like kind of a what's it called thingy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys remember a few weeks ago we kind of brought to light the proto small potatoes idea, which was what's it called, and it's kind of bringing a small potato and naming it. So this small potato, maybe we could come up with a name. Maybe we don't have to.
Sure.
It's when your upper body is like still and walking, but your lower body, your lower half is like running because you're maybe you're like in a crosswalk and you're like gotta go, but you're like be chill about it though, be chill about it. Like don't pump your arms. It's just like your arms are walking, but your
Yeah.
legs are running, and you're just like play it cool. But you look dorky as hell. Like you're running, like you're basically running, but like you haven't
The half-ass
admitted to yourself that you're
The
running.
half-ass
It's
jog.
the gay man's run for sure.
Gay man's run.
Yeah.
Mm.
100%. We as gay men, I can speak for all of us.
Yeah,
We
we
run
represent the whole community.
Without our arms, our arms have to be like stuck to the side.
Mm.
And as we're,
Because you guys don't put on deodorant.
right, all of us.
Because gay men don't wear deodorant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We're too
that a
leftist to
stereotype?
believe in deodorant.
They don't wear deodorant, so they keep their arms down.
Oh,
It's making up stereotypes.
So yeah, so I think the reason why I do that all the time is it's definitely a trying thing. I never want to like I'll seem like I'm trying for certain activities, but I don't ever want to be caught trying while running.
right.
Like running anywhere. Oh my god. That is so funny always watching someone run.
I felt like such a
always.
loser. I was late for work the other day, and I was like running from like the parking lot to the front, and I was like, I fucking hate
So
myself.
embarrassing.
Ugh,
You may
I'd
as
rather be
well
late.
have like the Poindexter glasses
Yeah.
and your backpack all the way
Oh
up.
god, and I had a cinch bag, so it was like I was running with a
Oh,
backpack.
yeah.
And I was like,
bouncing.
Bouncing up and down.
like
And
all
it's-
over.
And it's
oh.
never bouncing with you.
no,
it's
it's
bouncing
always
the opposite.
Yeah.
direction.
And there's pencils like shaking. And
I do I do think that the most uncomfortable place to be caught running is some sort of school campus, because the whole idea of school is trying to be too cool for it. I think I just made that up. And
Oh, that's a really good. That really rings off the
Rings off
the
the-
old tongue.
rings
Rings off the bell. Rolls off the bell.
so yeah, like oh my gosh, I would rather be late and miss my final,
Yeah.
which I've done before because I got caught trying
Been
hard.
running. to
No,
school.
I was trying to ride a skateboard. Really cool. Ate shit right in front of a bus stop. Right in front of a bus stop, and everybody got off the bus right as I ate shit, and I ate shit so bad I was bleeding from my head. Like,
But that's kind of cool. That's like a cool
no, but then some guy
bill.
thought
What a good excuse.
he thought I was such a
for your
bad
final.
skateboarder that he was like, "Hey, dude, like you don't have to pretend." And I was like, "Dude, I skate. These just trucks are loose." And he's like, "Sure." He literally, I couldn't convince him.
Form is terrible.
I couldn't convince this guy. He was trying to help me out and tell me that it's okay, and like I don't need to try
Hey,
hard
you're
to
a
be cool.
shitty skater.
And I was like, "Dude, the trucks were loose.
I've
It's not
never
my
seen
board."
him skate. I have no idea if he's good. He's been telling me for years that he skates and he's good at skating. I've never seen it.
I never said I was good at skating, but not bad.
Story begs to differ.
fell because it was loose trucks.
It doesn't beg to differ.
I got
feel
mad
like
Sounds
speed
like
bubbles.
a rookie excuse.
There
Oh,
we
these
go.
trucks are
Mad
loose. Oh, the
speed-
sun was in my eyes. This snapback is too tight.
You
It
need a new
was.
glasses
My Vans are
prescription.
laced wrong.
Okay, look, the snapback was slightly too tight. And by the way, did not protect my head. I'll tell you that much.
Your hat. Oh,
I returned
I'm
it.
so sorry.
I returned it. I said, "Hey, this didn't work. I'm supposed to wear this and be cool, and it protects my head from falling from skateboards."
Trevor, going back to your point though,
Yeah.
I being someone who used to run a lot, I feel I have proper running form and I
Yeah.
know what that looks like.
Yeah.
However, I know
That you're gay,
no.
so you can't have proper running form.
Yeah. You have,
When
you
I
have-
am-
like, all right, dial it down, nerd.
Yeah, when I'm embarrassed though of running,
Mm.
like running across
Which is
whatever, which is all the time, all the time in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, my arms are like the whole upper half of my body is like
Like play it cool.
be
Oh,
still
care.
as possible while my legs are like the longest stride that I've ever produced.
And God forbid you realize you're going the wrong direction,
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
and you have to cleverly figure out how you're
Yeah.
going to turn around. Whether it's like look at your phone, turn around, or if it's like a finger in the air, like wait a minute, golly,
Everyone,
I'm not going to this building. Everyone fucking saw you, especially if you're doing that half bottom run, top walk.
Sometimes what I'll do is I'll fake a text or a call, and I'll be like halfway through the run, like, and I'll stop like abruptly,
Right.
like I just received news that
And
something
everyone knows
happened.
You
you're
have to go
lying.
back.
I'm like,
Everyone knows you're lying.
I'm late everywhere.
I have ducked. I realized I was going the wrong way, and I've like ducked into a store, pretended to be there for like 3 seconds, flew out,
For
and then
any
went the-
witnesses
Yeah.
that might be around, which probably weren't
Zero.
looking at you at all or gave a shit.
And then I ran the other direction as if I am just running everywhere.
The
I
lengths
go.
that we go to just avoid
cool.
potential embarrassment in front of strangers in public.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Jesus!